Hello, I'm Amaia, and today I will be reacting to the Smart and Pretty Season 3, Episode 2. If you haven't seen my other video, I reacted to Season 3, Episode 1, so go check that one out afterwards. Before I go on, I will say that there are spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched this second episode of Season 3, and you don't want spoilers, then maybe this video isn't for you quite just yet. But once you watch it, come back and watch this video. I have kind of put off this video for a little bit, which is why it's so late. I just need to get to editing, so that's what I'm doing, but they are coming out very, very soon because I'm trying to catch up. First up is a quiz with some of my reactions throughout the episode, where you get to guess what my reaction is for. You can comment it down below, and I will be responding to all of them. After that, I have a nice little compilation to show you from my annoyances. And lastly, obviously the whole part where I talk about the episode, what I thought about it, what I liked, what I did not like, as well as actually showing you my reactions from it and not just future Amaia blabbing on. Here's the quiz. I hope you enjoy. Shut up! That's messed up. Shut up. Ugh. You sicken me. Shut up! Ah! I'm getting a little heated right now, so I need a cool drink to cool down all the anger that I'm embodying right now. Don't piss me off. Oh, shut up. You're so annoying. Oh my god. The only time I've ever agreed with him. If you watched my first video to this little series, I'm sure that quiz might have been a little bit easy because you know who I like, who I don't like, and what my other opinions were from the first episode. If you haven't, let me clarify. I absolutely despise Jeremiah. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not though. He pisses me off, which is a word, which are 3 words that I've been using a lot because he pisses me off a lot. So here is a nice little compilation of my annoyances towards Jeremiah, which I personally think is really funny, and I hope you guys enjoy.
No.
You piss me off. So annoying. So annoying. I hate you. I actually hate you. So dumb. Nobody talk to me. Nobody talk to me. I can't. This is pissing me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Actually, I'm already pissed off, so you can't do much. So annoying. So annoying. So annoying, Trevor. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Okay, now to the fun. Well, I feel like every other part was fun too. But now to the actual part where I talk about my opinions and everything that went down in this episode. First off, we already know, we found out in the first episode that he cheated. Here's my opinion on this whole situation, because I know some people believe that he cheated and some people don't, and I don't think I fully clarified it in the last episode. So let me do so now. I do believe that he did truly believe that they had broken up. So was it cheating in his eyes? Maybe not. I don't think so. I think it was a very big misunderstanding. I think she didn't actually know that he meant a full-on breakup, and he obviously didn't mean that and went on to be with another girl. So it was very much like Friends, where it's like, we were on a break. No, we weren't. We were still together. And like, what can you even do when you're like on a break? But like, technically, he did believe, Jeremiah did genuinely believe that they were broken up. That being said, yes, I understand it might not be seen fully as cheating. I'm still going to call it cheating. Although, technicality, if he did believe that they were broken up, maybe it wasn't necessarily cheating, but the fact that you, first off, broke up with your girlfriend out of nowhere, an argument that popped out of nowhere, you started this argument, okay? Let's be honest here. You started that argument, and then that same week, like a couple of days after, you go and you're with another girl. No, and there's no justification for that. But it's still not okay to like break up with somebody and like 2 days after just go and be with somebody else twice. When that breakup was initiated by you out of nowhere. Let me show you my full-on reaction to that whole part, that whole thing. Go for it. Okay. Okay. So, you start a fight over what? Over you feeling bad about your bad grades? Because you're stupid? And you go against the girl that you love, and you decide to stop the relationship with her, not talk to her at all, and in this little span, instead of, I don't know, grieving the fact that you just ended a relationship with her, you go and you sleep with another girl, and then you literally get the chance to tell her and be honest with her, and you don't say anything. And then, to top it all, you get her a nice little $2 bracelet, and you think that's going to solve everything. No, that's not how it works, the fuck? And she's marrying him? Yeah, okay. Okay. You think a bracelet is gonna solve all the damage you've done? Okay, think again. Like, I'm sorry, you go to Cabo, and the only thing that you get her as a sort of apology, if genuinely you got her this one little tiny bracelet as a little apology and as a gift to your girlfriend. What type of gift is that? What? A $2 bracelet, that's it. For treating her that badly. You get her a $2 bracelet. I'm sorry, at least get her like, I don't know, a magnet. Like, that's such a stupid gift. Actually, this is why you're failing. As well as this whole situation with him obviously being with another girl, twice, may I just add again, twice. I also found it really crazy that he comes back, almost tells Belly, almost tells her, is like right going to tell her and then decides not to because she's obviously okay with him and he doesn't want to ruin this like beautiful thing they have had going on for apparently 4 years. Who knew that? Who knew that? 4 years. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They were together for 4 years. 4 years. And he got her a freaking beaded bracelet as a sorry gift. Apart from all of that, he also got her a really stupid bracelet. And to this I say, if you're getting somebody an apology gift, even though she obviously doesn't know that it's an apology gift, why are you getting her a bracelet and not like an actual good gift? I'm not saying a bracelet is a bad gift. You know, we all know that Jeremiah is kind of like broke. He's a college student. He's a frat boy. He probably spends a lot of his money on beer, but I'm sure he can afford a little bit more than just a bracelet when he spent his money on a whole trip to Cabo. I'm sure he can spend a little bit more of his money on something better than a bracelet. This all being said, yes, it is not about the gift. It's about the sentiment. It's about the thought. It's the thought that counts, I guess. But like, you just basically cheated on your girlfriend and you're getting her just a single bracelet as an apology? Okay. I think I know enough about you now. Next, let's jump to somebody else and talk about Steven and Taylor. I was so excited. I was so ready. They had their chemistry going on. I was just like really hopeful that things would work out between them. And then the car crash happens. That was devastating. That was actually full-on devastating. And the whole scene with Belly like being freaked out and Taylor being there, like, oh, it was so sad. Yeah, is he okay? And then not only that, but like Taylor literally was like, okay, I'm going to be better. I'm going to like finally be with him. I can't like freak out anymore. And like she opens up about all of this fear that she has had throughout like her entire life basically, or like however long she's been liking Steven for. And it's just like so beautiful and it's such like a beautiful moment. And then we find out that Steven actually doesn't want to be with Taylor anymore because of everything that happened, which is also really understandable. Like he got into an accident because they were in an argument. Like they were having an argument, which is obviously not good and not a great way to think that you're gonna die. I believe I mentioned it in the last video where if you want to be with somebody, which they obviously want to be together, they should just be together and they shouldn't like be fighting themselves or like each other to not be together. And Taylor and Steven have to grow up. They have to like stop. Like just like if you want to be together, then be together. Don't bring everybody else into your shit. Like don't ruin other people's lives because you are insecure about your decisions. Like just decide and like don't be a baby about it. Like why are they all babies? Why are they all babies? Taylor does speak up a little bit about it. It was very heartbreaking to see that. But it was very nice getting to see a character that was finally actually speaking up about their emotions. And I felt like it was going to be a bunch of different characters and not Taylor doing that, but I'm glad that it was Taylor out of all of them. Because I think we've seen a really big character development when it comes to Taylor, which I wish we had seen with other characters as well, if that makes sense. Like I'm obviously waiting for Belly to have a good character development, but we're not there yet. But I'm glad that Taylor is there, where she's realizing that maybe her lifestyle before wasn't the best idea. And maybe she should be ready for something committed with Steven, and maybe the things that she's been doing are wrong out of her own insecurities and way of like protecting herself. It takes a lot of strength to come to that realization and be able to admit that. And even more to your best friend who in the beginning did not want you dating her brother, you know? You actually know what? You know what? Belly can have him. Belly can have him. She is an idiot. Belly's an idiot. I've said it. I've decided it. Belly is actually an idiot. She's whiny. She whines in every single episode. She's so annoying. She is literally a child. She is like, what, like 18, 19 now? Like, probably something like that. And she's still a baby. You know what? Yeah, go pick the baby. Go pick the freaking whiny baby instead of the actual, like, adult that is getting stuff done at a freaking hospital and learning how to be a doctor, although he got fired. But, like, still, he's not whining about it like Jeremiah is freaking whining about everything else. So, yeah, have him, actually. Have him. Conrad deserves better. I've said what I said. At this point, I'm not even rooting for Conrad to be with Belly. Like, Belly actually doesn't deserve him. I don't like Belly. I don't like her anymore. Like, I used to like her. I used to defend her. I was like, oh, she's just growing up. She's a teenager. She's learning how to, like, be and act. And she's an adult. Like, can she grow? Why is she still not grown? Why is she a baby still? Why is she not, like, can you learn how to act? Before we go on to the big final moment of this episode, let's talk quickly about Conrad and his job. I was thinking it, like, Conrad was stupid for not leaving when he got the chance to leave his job, because he was obviously not going to be okay when he's thinking about, like, Steven, like, almost dying, you know? Like, obviously he's not mentally okay to be working at a hospital right now. I'm gonna punch Conrad. Just take the day off. What the So much therapy for what? If you're still the same way as before. I also think that this is really necessary for the rest of the season, because this already shows that other people are on top of Conrad to get better, if that makes sense. They are completely pushing him to get better, both obviously his ex-boss now because he got fired, but his friend is there. She went to visit him at his apartment, and she told him that he just should have left when he had gotten the chance, because he obviously wasn't okay to be working. Which is really good to see that other people are also pushing him to get better, and it's not only coming from him, like, other people are also being honest with him. And all of this to say that I think that there's going to be so much growth in Conrad, and I think this is just a start for him to actually get better about dealing with his own emotions, because obviously staying at work and completely ignoring the whole, not ignoring, but kind of like suppressing all of the emotions that come with such a big accident for, like, your friend who is basically your brother almost, you know, like, it's a lot of work to suppress all that, and it's definitely not okay for your mental health to do that. So I think it's really interesting that they had that right in the beginning, because it just shows that there's going to be so much growth in him, or at least that's what I believe. I feel like there's not much else I want to ramble on about. I will, although, ramble a bit about that damn last scene, because I am not over it. And not in a good way. So the moment we have all been waiting for. The engagement. I was not okay, to say the least.
Your brother is in the hospital, for fuck's sake.
You are so sick. You're twisted. You're... What type of proposal is that? Are you stupid? Are you actually stupid? I know a lot of people were like, oh, like, he can't even, like, get on his knees and propose. Like, this is such, like, a stupid proposal and stuff. But also, I do see and understand why some people also like those type of proposals. Like, sometimes they're really sweet. Like, without giving any spoilers, if you've read Shatter Me, there's a proposal in there. Not gonna say who, not gonna say when, not gonna say what, or whatever. But it's like a very simple proposal. They're literally in bed and he proposes to her. And it's like really sweet and it's very like them. And it's like not too much. It's just like enough. And it's beautiful. And it's about everything. And it was like their good point in the story. Like they were finally able to like relax and not worry about everything. And that proposal was done. And it was beautiful. And it felt like them. Whereas this one does not. Belly's brother, Steven, is literally still in the hospital. They literally just exited the hospital for a second. And instead of worrying about Steven, they're both worried about now getting married. Already starting in a position that isn't okay. I'm sure it'll be brought up in the next episodes that they probably jumped to this conclusion because of the accident and all of the emotions that were kind of stirred up. Also because Belly thought that it was really sweet that Jeremiah was at the hospital and giving her space, when I feel like that's kind of just the bare minimum. Like, you should be at the hospital not for Belly, but for Steven, first off, since you guys grew up together. He's like one of your best friends. You should be at the hospital anyways, not just for Belly. And he should obviously be giving you your space, girl, when he cheated on you twice and lied to you for a really long time. And you didn't even find out through him, you found out through another girl. Through the girl he cheated on you with. Like, so yes, he should be giving you your damn space. That's kind of like the bare minimum. I said what I said. So I do feel like it's going to be brought up in the next episodes that it was a very emotional sort of decision done out of nowhere, out of the emotions that were built up. So I don't think I'm necessarily mad at him proposing, standing up, or not having a ring when proposing. I feel like all of those things, yes, although they're really nice added, I don't think it's necessary to have a good proposal. I think it depends on people. I think it depends on the situation. And I definitely just think it depends on like who they are and where they are in life and everything. You know, some people can't afford that right away, and that's okay. You can still have an amazing proposal without any of that. I just think that in the situation where they are, it was just wrong. You should not be proposing at a hospital when your best friend and, you know, your now fiance's brother is literally in the hospital. Like, you should not be doing that. I also just don't think that proposal was anything that Belly genuinely would have liked. If we see what Belly likes, I feel like something at the beach she would have loved, not just like standing at a hospital, you know? I don't think a lot of people like that, you know, getting engaged at a hospital. I also was not fully expecting the season to kind of like happen so quickly, if that makes sense. It just felt like in the first episode, there was already so much drama. Like, everything was kind of just dropped on us, which obviously makes me think if this is all happening now, I'm sure something with Conrad is happening after, which I actually do have a reaction to that. Let me show you.
I know I'm getting like mad, but like I know Conrad is endgame. Like, I know it. You can't possibly think after watching this, like, you can't possibly still be Team Jeremiah. You can't after watching those 2 episodes. I'm gonna need to like meditate every morning. I'm gonna meditate every morning for the rest of summer so that I don't think about the summer turn pretty, and so I don't get pissed off with Jeremiah.
I just feel like, you know, if right in the beginning you're telling me that you are getting married to Jeremiah, you're not actually gonna get married to Jeremiah because the show would end in like an episode. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how the season unravels. I have hopes for Conrad, not a lot of hope for Jeremiah, and not a lot of love for him either, so I don't mind if he's gone.
And there's supposed to be like what, 9 more episodes? Whole 9 weeks of me like screaming at the TV? I am very excited. I'm very excited to see how it goes on because I'm not sure. But also, like, don't... Actually, I can't say don't piss me off one more time. I think I'm... I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. I don't like Belly anyways right now. If she doesn't change, then I don't want her to be with Conrad. If she stays the same, she can keep Jeremiah. Like, I don't care.
If you like this video, please let me know, because I obviously want to continue making these videos for you guys as long as you like them, because I like them. I just want to make sure that you guys do too, and if there's any sort of way that would be more interesting for you, let me know. Stay tuned for all of the other episodes coming very, very soon, I promise. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Stay shining.